matter when it comes to dancing? If you ask me, the answer is a big no. But there are many plus size women who are there in the industry who face this bias every day just because they doesn't look a certain type. But the big question is, ये philosophy of fatso can't dance साला आई कहाँ से? Well, no one knows. What I can say is that it's high time that we break the whole myth of this mote log dance nahi kar sakte. And that's why today we have Karishma Chavan with us. You must have seen Karishma at many reality shows like Nach Baliye, Dance Plus, etc. And today she's here with us sharing her journey. Come, let's take a look. Hi Karishma and welcome to HealthShots.
Thank you so much, Nikita. I'm so humbled to be here actually.
Thank you. The pleasure is all ours. So, first thing first, Karishma. Firstly, I really want to know कि आपने कौन सी वो age थी जिसमें you found the talent that you have for dance, and since when you have been dancing?
I think it was at a very young age because I used to watch one of my aunts dance for her college fest, and I used to be enthusiastically looking at them and trying to copy their steps. So this must have been around probably when I was probably 5 or 6 years old that I was, inclined towards it. I also did a few choreographies when I was in school as a part of my dance group, which with my girls and with my best friends around over there. So I used to even choreograph over there. I should be participating in these extravagant sports come dance events as well. So at a very young age, from probably 6 maybe.
That's great. So Karishma, it's been like quite some time that you are there in the profession, and you must have come across those people who say कि आप मोटे लोगों के लिए dancing and choreography is not the right profession maybe. So have you ever come across somebody like this in your life?
Oh, plenty. I mean, it started at a very young age for me when it came to understanding what the industry required for me to be a so-called insider or taken into the industry. I joined Shamak as a student when I was 12 years old, and I was completely enamored by the entire experience. I really wanted to become a choreographer. The moment I walked in, I was like, this is it. This is where I find happiness. This is where I find my peace, and this is exactly what I want to do for the rest of my life. But harsh reality was the fact that I probably did not look the part even at that moment of time, where he was very not, I wouldn't say, let's say particular about how his dancers looked at that moment of time. I did not fit in. I used to get calls for company auditions left, right and center all the time because I was a good dancer. The instructors used to always place me center for performances, but I never made it to company, which I really wanted to become, because I thought that was something that I wanted to do. I wanted to dance or be a part of Shamak Dawar's dance company, and it never happened. And I think in a backhanded way, it just worked out better for me because I went on to do so many other things. As a professional, if I stuck to the company, probably I wouldn't have done that much more. But then I guess it worked out for me. Having said that, at 12 years old, when you have someone telling you that you can't do something, it can be very impactful on a kid's mind. So it did have that kind of impact on me. I used to have nightmares when I would have conversations with him. And saying that, I'm telling you, I'm good enough, but please take me. And those moments were very, disheartening, I would say. But then it pushed me further and further to understand, what I guess that it was what was required by him and his company at that moment of time. It wasn't probably a progressive mindset then. And you had to accept it for what it is. Like, it's like getting into school. If you have to be following rules of a particular school, you can't be the odd one out. So I guess those were the rules back then, and I had to respect that. But I obviously, when I had to join the industry again, it was the same thing. Bollywood is also a superficial industry to a large extent, and you had to conform to those rules. So when I wanted to join the industry, I had to lose approximately 26 kilos to be a part of the industry. So I did that, and I found that was the only way in, to look apart. So I did, and I joined, and I have. It's not only when I was thin. When I was thin also I was called fat. So I never knew where I was going wrong at that moment of time, because I was still looking the part, and I was still, being probably teased or told, oh, you're so heavy to lift, in spite of being 60 kilos, stuff like that. So it continuously happened at that moment of time, and believe me, it happens till date. So I have to choose and sift between what I want to be a part of and what I don't want to be a part of, or what I can be a part of, and then, work accordingly. So yeah, that's been an ongoing process, and it's been a part of me ever since. So I'm not complaining.
So, but you think, Karishma, that people have been labeled and stereotyped for a certain block. So,
Yeah.
have you, and at times it also creates a sense of biasness. Have
Yes.
you, yeah? So, have you ever faced any bias when it comes to the industry or the kind of work you do?
Bias, yes, in terms of the opportunities that would probably come my way. I think people still look for a conventionally good looking human being. And that is by default. They would rather, it's how you're projected, when or what value you bring in projection. Like if you are conventionally good looking, you are appealing to majority eyes, of how people look at you, probably even the male gaze to a large extent of how they would find you acceptable to be beautiful. These things are a part of the superficial, aspect of the industry. uh, but I think I have stuck to let my work speak louder than my body. And I think that has been my motto, and it has been my principle. That is one of the reasons why I have survived, so far till date. So I make sure that I am giving it my 150% at my job. I make sure I bag my next job at my, the job that I'm currently on. So I work like that. I give it my best, and that's worked for me. So yes, there is a bias for sure. I mean, even when it comes to auditioning for roles right now, sometimes, okay, you got a cute face, you're chubby. Let's try, let's audition for you for a role maybe. And then I said, okay, what is the role? It's a food blogger, and I'm like, wow, that's just, so typical. Why would
Yeah,
you
that's
put a that's just ridiculous. Like, aren't food bloggers supposed to be, can be any size, any shape? Why are you associating it with a size? Stuff like that. So it just becomes, I think we're just not getting past that fat people are a certain way. They attach a personality type to your body size. Fat people are termed as lazy, unambitious, not very intelligent, don't know what they want, facing probably issues of depression. That is why they eat, stuff like that. And I think those things are still so ingrained that if you are fat, there's something wrong with you. But you could be a perfectly thin person and still have something wrong with you, physically and mentally. So just because your exterior looks okay does not mean you are okay. And I think we need to get past that.
So, Karishma, you have talked about and you have mentioned how the superficial aspect of our industry has also made you lose certain opportunities as well because you don't look a certain kind. Does it ever hampered you mentally, emotionally, in any which way?
I would be lying if I said it didn't. You know, I would be, because that's just human reaction to any kind of rejection. But over a period of time, I've learned that rejection is a pattern of my existence, and I've only come out stronger each time. So I wait for that moment of being strong again. Yes, it does affect me. In terms of, I would probably be thinking about it for maybe a couple of days, contemplating as to why certain things have not worked out. But then I think I overcome it, and I probably have always looked at my glass, half full each time. So that uh, you know uh, thought process just pushes me further and says, you know what, something better is definitely going to come. So don't worry, this is just one setback. You're made for other things, you're made for different things. Maybe this is not your path, and let's move on. So I have to constantly tell myself that, and believe me, it has worked. It does work. I'm creating my own path, as long as and it doesn't have to be the peak of things, or the talk of the town, or anything of that sort. I just need to be happy with what I'm doing at that moment of time, and I'm good.
No, absolutely. And trust me, you are doing wonderfully well. We really like the kind of work that you are doing.
Thank
So
you.
you're welcome. So Karishma, another thing is that you have been vocal about body positivity on social media. And you have been talked about that it is not just about your body, but what's there inside. That also matters a lot. So,
Yes.
how do you think that being creating awareness on social media? How can you actually break this bias of कि मोटे लोग भी डांस कर सकते हैं और मोटे लोग भी या फुलर लोग भी जो है इस प्रोफेशन को चूज कर सकते हैं?
Absolutely, I think that should be a constant process. So um, when I dance, now this is something that I'm sharing, not that I don't share with anybody else, but when I dance, I am a dancer from the very beginning. So I have learned to use my body weight at whatever size I am, and I have yo-yoed in weight. Okay, it is about having the right control over your body and able to manage your body weight with what dance style you're doing, or form you're doing, or anything that you're doing. As long as you're physically fit when it comes to working out, and when it comes to exercising your body regularly, eating the right food, you are capable of dancing at irrespective of whatever size you are, and not only that, whatever age you are. So it has nothing to do with you being fat. It has how fit you are keeping yourself in that current state, whether you are 60 kilos, 120 kilos, 130 kilos, whatever it may be. How actively you are keeping your body um, you know uh, motivated every day to work out, to eat a certain way. Like if you come to my house, you see me eat, I'm mostly eat ghar ka khana. I'm not I eat outside food. मैं झूठ नहीं बोलूंगी. Of course, I indulge because I'm human. I'm not a diet person, but yes, I have my balanced diet at home. I definitely make sure I work out 4 to 5 times a week at the gym. So these things are crucial. And if I'm keeping myself fit, मैं नाच सकती हूँ. So if it's anybody who does that for your body will be able to dance irrespective of thin or fat. That needs to be understood. um, when you make sure your mental barriers are not coming in the way of your daily life, or your insecurities that play on you, telling you that, oh, you may not look good, you may not dance that well, you can't do this, you can't do that. Believe me, it's all you. It's nothing that somebody else is telling you. And even if somebody else has told me you can't do a certain thing, I'll be like, watch me, I'll do it. And nobody can tell me what I can't do apart from myself. If you have that principle in your head, then I think you can achieve anything.
So Karishma, my next question to you is like, what is Karishma Chauhan's favorite dance style?
Oh, I don't have a favorite dance style because I have been a part of so many dance styles and made sure I educated myself from time to time. When it came to dance, I started off with jazz. I have hip hop backgrounds. I have contemporary. I have jazz funk. I have salsa. I have Bharatnatyam. So I have like a spectrum of dance styles that I have learned as a part of my dance career. So, and by doing that, I have developed my own way of choreography. So if you see me choreograph or you see me dance, you'll be very different from other people because that's my interpretation of how I should choreograph. So I think what I do with my own self is what I would say is my favorite because that's the purest interpretation of choreography that I can bring out to people. So yeah, that would be me.
Yeah, pure and pious, and the your version of dance.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. My version of dance.
Great. So Karishma, my last question to you is, as you are a choreographer and it is not at all an easy task, so how do you keep yourself fit?
I make sure I have a balanced diet. I do not sleep very well. Sleep is an issue for me when it comes to. I think I have a very active mind. That's one of the reasons why I don't sleep very easily. But I think sleep also plays a huge factor in keeping yourself, fit and just being alert and keeping your physical self being stronger and more accepting of just a daily life activity. So yes, sleep also should happen, but I don't sleep that much. And I definitely go to the gym. So I make sure I love my gym. I found my love for weights again. And I love working out. I love going and challenging myself. So I make sure that there is a fitness routine attached to me, even if it doesn't have to be dance. Dance, unfortunately, I don't do every day. I'm not an everyday dancer. I mean, people think, oh, you're a choreographer, you dance morning to evening. Nahi, मैं सुबह उठ के सुबह से शाम नहीं choreograph करती. That also notion that I want to break is that choreography is not about dancing from morning to evening. Choreography is a very mental process. You need to be not only doing dance moves, you need to create an entire atmosphere which you see either on stage or screen. That is called choreography. It is not only steps. So I'm not jumping up and down every day, but that of course I incorporate as and when I get motivated. And I think artistry is about that, is to feel motivated enough to get up and create something. You can't be a person who is creating beautiful art if you're just jumping up and down every day. It's not possible. You have to think over it. You have to feel it. Once you feel it, it'll come out naturally. So yes, I love those moments also when I get highly motivated to get up and dance, and I do it. And I love those moments, and I love to teach those moments to other people as well. So yes, it's a combination of my gym, it's a combination of my dancing, it's a combination of my diet as well.
Great. That is fantastic. So Karishma, the theme for this year's Women's Day is breaking the bias, and of course, you are, one of the contributor that you are actually breaking the bias when it comes to the entire thinking of mote log dance nahi kar sakte. So one message that you want to send out to all those girls जो अपने आप को शायद restrain करती होंगी that oh my god, लोग क्या कहेंगे, I am so fuller looking, I am so bulky, and if I'll dance, I'll look a certain way. So one message that you want to send across for those girls.
There will be a lot of people along your way telling you what you should do, how you should do it, when, how. And I think we do that most with women. We tell women how to behave, how to conduct themselves, and these things are very impactful on a person's mind. But if you understand, and it only comes with time, it comes with maturity, that no matter what people say, I'm not saying don't listen. Listen, but sift it in your head to understand what you want to take from it and what you want to let go. If you believe that you are unhappy with your current state, please change. Don't do it because somebody else is asking you to change. You should be physically or mentally unhappy with what you are. Only then understand that it needs to be changed. But if somebody else keeps telling you, yes, listen, but not too much, not too much at all. You as women of this country are, believe me, I've met such amazing women throughout my life, each one better than the other, one path breaking than the other, and it just I just am waiting for that revolution where women will just say, no, I'm done. I'm waiting for that, and where we conduct our lives exactly the way we want to conduct it, with that much independence, with that much surety, with that much intelligence. And believe me, we can rule the world. So I'm waiting for that moment for the women of our country, and if I can contribute to that in any way, in any mental changing way, I'm more than happy to do so. Don't worry about your bodies. Your bodies will change throughout your life, and women as bodies keep changing. With so much that we go through with our menstrual cycles, our menopause, and our hormones that play such a huge factor. We are definitely path breaking bodies, and we need to accept that. So go ahead, go follow your dreams, and believe me, you can create wonders.
That's a wonderful thought, Karishma, and thank you for sharing this message. I hope जो भी आज हम लोगों को देख रहा है and सुन रहा है, they will, take it as a literal takeaway that, let's see beyond what you look like.
Absolutely. It's beyond this shell, definitely.
So thank you, Karishma, for being there with us today and sending out such a beautiful message.
Most welcome. You're most welcome. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. Thank you so much, and have a great day and all the best for all your future endeavors.
Thank you, Nikita.
Thank you. So that was Karishma Chavan. So ladies, just remember one simple thing. Whatever size you are, it doesn't really matter because you are born to slay.